Hello students, welcome to today's history lesson. Today we will learn about a very important topic in African history called legitimate trade. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to 1. Explain the meaning and reasons for legitimate trade. 2. Mention its features. And 3. Explain its impacts in Africa. Let's start by looking at what this trade was all about and why it replaced the buying and selling of human beings. Legitimate trade refers to the trade in raw materials and agricultural products between Africa and Europe after the abolition of the Atlantic slave trade. Before this, many Europeans were involved in buying and selling slaves. But in the early 19th century, this reduced, and they began trading products like palm oil, cocoa, cotton, and rubber. This change happened because of the Industrial Revolution in Europe. Factories in Britain and other countries needed raw materials to produce goods. The Industrial Revolution started in Britain in the 1770s and later spread across Europe, creating a huge demand for African agricultural resources. Now let us look at the specific reasons why legitimate trade developed and became the new standard for commerce. The first major reason was to replace the slave trade with a more humane and sustainable form of economic activity. Secondly, it was developed to boost industrial activities in Europe by providing the necessary materials for their new machines. Another reason was to encourage Africans to cultivate cash crops. These are crops grown specifically for sale and export, rather than just for food. Crops like cocoa, palm oil, and rubber became very valuable, leading many Africans to engage in large-scale agriculture. Finally, it aimed to encourage countries to end slavery globally and motivate Africans to focus their labor on the land. Although legitimate trade replaced the slave trade gradually, slave trading activities still existed in some places through various methods. One method was organized by the Berber merchants of North Africa, who continued these activities during the transition period. These merchants employed Tuaregs, who were expert guides, to lead traders through the difficult desert routes. West African traders exchanged goods like gold, ivory, and slaves for North African products such as horses, books, and swords. It is also important to note that many of these slaves were prisoners of war who were captured during local conflicts between kingdoms. The Trans-Saharan trade system used barter and metal currency. In those days, people exchanged goods for goods because there was no generally accepted currency in many places. They exchanged products like salt for gold or cloth for food, using ancient coins or simple barter to make their commerce work across the desert. Let us now study the major features of legitimate trade that defined this era of African commerce. First, it was based on raw materials needed in Europe, such as palm oil, cocoa, and cotton, which were crucial for their industries. Secondly, it involved the importation of European goods into Nigeria, including textiles, spirits, salt, and iron. Thirdly, different European countries like Britain, France, and Germany participated in this wide-reaching trade network. The exchange system remained mainly barter, and the entire trade was dominated by powerful European trading companies. Legitimate trade had both positive and negative effects on the African continent that we still study today. While it led to the exploitation of natural resources, it also helped spread Christianity through churches and mission schools. It also encouraged colonialism and created unequal trade relations, where Africa supplied raw materials for Europe's finished products. On a positive note, it greatly encouraged the cultivation of cash crops, which helped build the agricultural foundations of many nations. Let us quickly revise what we have learned today. Can you answer these questions based on our lesson? Take a moment to think. What exactly is legitimate trade, and what were the two main reasons it started? Finally, list 3 features of this trade and mention 2 major impacts it had on African society. Excellent work, students. Today we learned the meaning, reasons, features, and impacts of legitimate trade in Africa. Remember, this trade replaced the slave trade and shaped our history. Thank you for learning, and I will see you in the next lesson.